The Young and the Restless Spoilers Unmasking Deception, Victor Newman, Aristotle Dumas, and the high-stakes game of power in the vast and intricate world of Genoa City. Few rivalries are as storied and enduring as that between Victor Newman and Aristotle Dumas. The Young and the Restless has long reminded fans that behind every calculated move and behind every secretive glance, there lurks a chess game of manipulation and strategic warfare. A game in which Victor Newman appears to be not only a master strategist but also the one who seemingly knows the most about Aristotle Dumas. Over the decades, Victor has built his empire with razor-sharp instincts and an uncanny ability to decipher the hidden agendas of those around him. This prowess is particularly evident in his dealings with Aristotle Dumas, a man who, for many years, has been both an enigma and a rival. In a recent conversation with Michael Baldwin, Victor hinted at a pattern that underscores the long-standing nature of their rivalry. Each time Victor emerges victorious in his clandestine battle with Dumas, it is observed that Aristotle seems to retreat into the shadows. This recurring theme raises important questions about the true nature of their conflict. Is Aristotle truly the formidable opponent he appears to be, or is he merely a well-crafted facade designed to mask a deeper stratagem? Adding further layers to this intrigue is the involvement of Mustache, whose cryptic interventions have always added an element of unpredictability to the narrative. Mustache recently made a pointed remark about his ongoing efforts to lure Aristotle out into the open, a tactic that involves misdirection and misinformation. His decision to feed inaccurate details to Lily Winters, a trusted confidant in Genoa City's intricate web of alliances, serves as a calculated move to unsettle Aristotle's sense of security. The subterfuge is deliberate. By poking the bear, as many have come to describe Victor's actions, the goal is to force Aristotle into making a mistake, or perhaps even reveal his hand in a moment of vulnerability. But what about Victor's own transparency in this high-stakes gambit? Is the man behind the empire playing an open game, or is he cloaked in the same layers of deceit he so expertly manipulates? One theory that has begun to circulate among insiders and astute fans alike is that Aristotle Dumas might not be the real player in this dangerous game at all. Instead, there is growing speculation that Dumas could be nothing more than a decoy, a carefully constructed facade used to divert attention and confuse enemies. If this is indeed the case, then every move Victor makes may be part of a larger, multidimensional strategy designed to probe his adversary's true intentions. The plot thickens when one considers the unexpected communications between Dumas and Billy Abbott. In a twist that few would have anticipated, it was revealed that Dumas reached out to Billy, rather than the other way around. This revelation casts new light on the dynamics at play, suggesting that Dumas might have been manipulated or even willingly used as a pawn to set the stage for a more elaborate scheme. If Dumas is indeed a decoy, then Victor's actions take on an even more sinister quality. It appears that Victor might be sending exploratory signals, not merely to lure Aristotle out of hiding, but also to test the loyalty and sincerity of his other key adversaries, particularly Billy Abbott. Billy Abbott, a man whose ambitions and motivations have long been the subject of scrutiny, now finds himself at a critical juncture. Victor's indirect probing of Billy's intentions with Abbott communications is a subtle but potent maneuver. The question arises, is Billy genuinely interested in forming an alliance, or is there a darker, more vengeful motive lurking beneath the surface? By orchestrating this elaborate bait, Victor appears to be attempting to force Billy into a corner, where his true allegiances and ambitions will be laid bare. Should Billy's intentions prove to be tainted with a desire for retribution, then Victor's trap would be set, ensnaring Billy in a web from which escape would be nearly impossible. This cascade of revelations and manipulations sets the stage for what could very well be a turning point in the series' ongoing narrative. Victor Newman, ever the master puppeteer, is once again orchestrating a scenario where every character is forced to confront their hidden motivations and true allegiances. The interplay between deception and transparency is central to the drama, as viewers are left questioning whether any of the players can be trusted. Is Victor's strategy merely a reflection of his willingness to do whatever it takes to maintain control, or is it a more nuanced exploration of power, loyalty, and the lengths one must go to secure victory in a world where betrayal is the norm. Moreover, the possibility that Aristotle Dumas could be nothing more than a decoy throws the entire dynamic into a state of flux. For years, the rivalry between Victor and Aristotle has been a cornerstone of the show's tension, a narrative thread that fans have followed with bated breath. Now, if the very existence of Dumas as a formidable enemy is called into question, it forces a re-evaluation of past events and motivations. Every encounter, every strategic move, becomes layered with new meaning. Victor's previous victories over Dumas might not just represent triumphs over a single adversary, but rather over a carefully constructed illusion, one that allowed him to test and expose the vulnerabilities of those who thought they could challenge his authority. In this complex interplay of truth and deception, every character in Genoa City finds themselves caught in a web of intrigue. Michael Baldwin's role as a confidant and intermediary gains additional significance, as his conversations with Victor now hint at larger implications for the entire power structure of Abbott Communications and beyond. Lily Winters, unwittingly entangled in Mustache's web of misinformation, must now navigate the treacherous waters of conflicting loyalties and hidden agendas. And Billy Abbott, the man who may well be Victor's next target, stands at the precipice of a critical decision. One that could either secure his position or spell his downfall. The stakes have never been higher. Victor Newman's penchant for playing both sides, for sending out signals and bait to reveal the true nature of his adversaries, transforms the narrative into a high-wire act of strategy and counter-strategy. In the cutthroat arena of business and personal vendettas, where every ally can become a foe in an instant, the line between friend and enemy blurs. Every conversation, every intercepted message, and every carefully planted piece of misinformation becomes a potential turning point, an opportunity to unmask betrayal or solidify power. Ultimately, the unfolding drama is a testament to the enduring appeal of the young and the restless. Its complex characters and layered plotlines mirror the multifaceted nature of human ambition, where power is both a weapon and a prize. As Victor Newman continues to navigate the treacherous terrain of Genoa City, his actions remind us that in this world, nothing is ever as it seems. The rivalries that have defined the series for decades are now evolving, and the possibility that Aristotle Dumas is a mere decoy introduces a new level of uncertainty. In the end, only time will tell whether Victor's meticulous planning and willingness to poke the bear will ultimately lead him to victory, or whether the intricate web of deceit will unravel, exposing hidden truths and appending long-held alliances. In the labyrinth of lies and half-truths that is Genoa City, every revelation is a double-edged sword, capable of both empowering and destroying those who wield it. Victor's calculated maneuvers, whether seen as transparent or shrouded in mystery, serve as a stark reminder that in the battle for dominance, trust is a luxury few can afford. And as the drama continues to unfold, one thing remains clear. In the relentless pursuit of power, every player is perpetually on the edge, waiting for the moment when the next move could change everything. This narrative not only captures the essence of the rivalry between Victor Newman and Aristotle Dumas but also delves into the broader implications of deception, loyalty, and ambition within the world of the young and the restless. Whether you are a longtime fan or a newcomer to the series, the layers of intrigue and the shifting alliances promise a storyline that is as unpredictable as it is compelling. Shadows of suspicion, Sally Spectra, Phyllis Summers, and the fate of Billy Abbott in the labyrinthine power plays of Genoa City, few stories tug at the heartstrings, or raise the temperature of gossip, like the romantic entanglements surrounding Billy Abbott. Two women, in particular, have found themselves drawn into Billy's orbit with all the intensity of a lightning storm, Sally Spectra and Phyllis Summers. Both women have compelling reasons to care for Billy, yet both carry histories laced with ambition, heartbreak, and more than a hint of danger. Sally Spectra, the spirited fashion maven, first captivated Billy with her warmth and genuine affection. After all the heartbreaks she has endured, Sally's vulnerability when it comes to Billy is palpable. She sees in him not only a partner in love but a kindred spirit who appreciates her creativity and resilience. Yet, beneath Sally's vibrant exterior lies a survival instinct honed by years of fighting for her place in the cutthroat world of fashion. Could her devotion to Billy lead her to make a reckless move, perhaps even aligning, knowingly or not, with Victor's schemes, to protect him at all costs? On the opposite end of the spectrum stands Phyllis Summers, a woman whose reputation for strategic manipulation is second only to Victor Newman's. Phyllis has loved Billy in her own way, and her history with him is woven with betrayals, rekindled passions, and power plays of her own. She knows better than anyone how to turn a personal relationship into leverage. If Phyllis senses that Billy is in peril, whether from Victor's next trap or from unseen forces like Aristotle Dumas, she won't hesitate to employ every tactic in her arsenal to secure her position. But will her interventions help Billy, or will they ensnare him in a web of her own making? With both Sally and Phyllis harboring strong feelings for Billy, it's only a matter of time before their conflicting agendas collide. And when they do, the fallout could be devastating for Billy, especially if he remains fixated on revenge against Victor Newman. History has shown that vengeance is a double-edged sword in Genoa City, and Billy's previous attempts to best Victor have ended in bruised egos and broken alliances. Victor, ever the consummate strategist, seems to anticipate Billy's moves before Billy even knows what they are. Revenge, retribution, and the final laugh. Revenge rarely yields the satisfaction one imagines. For Billy Abbott, every foray into vengeance against Victor has backfired spectacularly, his schemes thwarted, his reputation tarnished, and his relationships strained. Yet the allure of retribution persists. Why? Because in a world ruled by power and prestige, slights are never easily forgotten. Victor's track record suggests that he will once again have the last laugh. His ability to orchestrate events from behind the scenes, planting false information, leveraging unlikely allies, and even using decoys like Aristotle Dumas, demonstrates a level of foresight that few can match. Billy's best hope might lie not in striking back, but in stepping back, reassessing his motives, forging genuine alliances, perhaps with Sally or even Phyllis, if trust can be rebuilt. And finding a path forward that doesn't revolve around Victor's shadow. Who is Aristotle Dumas, really? At the heart of this tangled web lies the most tantalizing question: who is Aristotle Dumas? Is he a genuine power player with his own hidden empire, or merely a puppet, an illusion crafted by Victor to probe his enemies and expose their weaknesses? Here are a few theories. The phantom adversary Aristotle exists only on paper and in whispered rumors. His entire persona is a fabrication designed by Victor's inner circle, perhaps even orchestrated by Mustache himself, to serve as a litmus test for loyalty and ambition among Genoa City's elite. The silent partner Dumas may be a real, but reclusive, billionaire who prefers to operate from the shadows. His rare appearances and cryptic communications suggest someone who values discretion above all else. If so, Victor's victories over Dumas could simply be negotiations and concessions made by a man who never intended to play by conventional rules. The mole in the ranks. What if Dumas is actually one of Victor's own, planted within Abbott Communications to feed intelligence back to Newman Enterprises? This would explain why Dumas reached out to Billy. Victor could be testing Billy's loyalty to his own company, using Dumas as the intermediary. The avenging outsider less likely, but certainly dramatic. Aristotle is a figure from Victor's past, perhaps a wronged business partner or a scorned associate, who has meticulously built his own resources to challenge Victor. Every retreat after Victor's apparent victories could be a strategic regrouping, part of a long-term plan to bring Victor down when he least expects it. Each theory holds its own allure, and each would reshape our understanding of the Newman-Dumas rivalry. The truth, as always, is likely more complex than any single explanation. Join the conversation. With so many players, so many secrets, and so many potential betrayals on the horizon, one thing is certain: the next chapter in Genoa City's saga promises to be electrifying. What do you think? Is Aristotle Dumas the ultimate decoy, a hidden ally, or a genuine threat waiting in the wings? And as for Billy Abbott, can he break free from the cycle of revenge, or will he once again fall into Victor's meticulously laid trap? Share your theories and predictions in the comments below. The game of power in Genoa City is far from over, and your insights could be the key to unmasking the truth.